Romans 8:8. Those that are in the realm of the flesh cannot please God. We cannot please God in the flesh. Now, let's dig a little deeper, as this is digging deeper, on the possibilities of the flesh. We know the works of the flesh, and we know the fruit of the Spirit. Study, go to Galatians chapter 5 and read on those things. But this is deeper than that. This is, if we do anything in the flesh with a fleshly desire and out of love, not out of love, but out of love, we're not in love, we're out of the realm of love, then we're not pleasing God. And that's the bottom line. Paul here is trying to tell everybody that when we're in this carnal nature and we are living for self, we're not pleasing God, and we can't please God in the flesh. That also goes to the next step of trying to please God in the flesh. So I'm not only not pleasing God when I'm being selfish and unloving, I'm not only not pleasing God when I'm doing the works of the flesh, I am also not pleasing God when I'm trying to please God in the flesh. Let's talk about that. Let's break that down a little bit. Number one, I can't please God with works that don't have a love of God and a love of others behind it. If I'm not loving God and others with the works that I'm doing, then those works don't matter to God. When I go to God after I leave this earth, after I die and I stand before God, everything that I've done to try to please God in my flesh, in my carnality, without love, it's not gold, it's not silver, it's going to burn away. And Jesus says just as much. Hay and stubble, it's all going to go. It's going to burn away. Because the only things that remain are the things that we've done in the Spirit. And the things that we've done in love, in the fruit of the Spirit. So again, I go to church every Sunday because I have to. Because if I don't go, then others will say I'm not a good Christian. So I go to make my spouse happy. I go to make my pastor happy. I go out of obedience to man and not out of obedience to God. I don't go to church with a loving heart. I just go so I could say I go. That doesn't count, folks. It doesn't count. If you go and offer sacrifices unto the Lord, and those sacrifices are not a contrite heart and a repentant heart, then what are those sacrifices? What are they worth? You think they're worth something, but to God, they're worth nothing. They're worth nothing because they're in the flesh, and they come from the flesh, and they come from a mind of carnality. They don't come from a mind of spirit. And let's go even deeper. Everything that is in the flesh that we do is dead. So when we offer God dead things, what is that to God? God gave us life. If we truly are Christian, God gave us His life, His Spirit. And with that life and with that Spirit, we offer up sacrifices of praise, sacrifices of adoring Him, and worshiping Him. And to the point where it's not even a sacrifice. It shouldn't be a sacrifice to give glory to God. It shouldn't be a sacrifice to love God with everything that I have. It shouldn't be a sacrifice to give God glory. It should be something that we desire in the Spirit. In the Spirit. So let's take that home today. Let's put that in our hearts. We cannot please God in the flesh. Don't try to do things to make people happy. Don't try to do things to make God happy that He says doesn't make Him happy. God tells you what pleases Him in His Word. And it's always going to come from a heart of love, a heart of holiness, and a heart that is in the Spirit of God. Because we can always please God in the Spirit. We can never please God in the flesh. Until next time, may the Lord richly bless you.